Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. One step closer with gold. Let's explore. Indeed, what you're looking at here is yet another ounce of gold added to the stack. As most of you are aware, I have been concentrating pretty heavily on gold over the last few years compared to my previous strategies when this channel started. In fact, it was about 2017 where I made not necessarily the switch, but just a much higher concentration of wealth preservation in this yellow metal. This is another edition that gets me closer. My very first 2021 Gold Eagle here. And this acquisition was acquired from my local coin shop. And so it is the Type 1, as you can see. The Type 2s are not out yet as of the recording of this video. All we know is what the design is going to look like on the reverse of this based off of some line work, line art that is available. No security features have been mentioned yet, but as you can see, it is a nice example here. And part of the motivation for accumulating this is to get a little bit closer. Now, what does this step closer mean? Well, it can have several different meanings. For me, my personal journey with gold is sort of falls in line with my collecting habit. Yes, indeed. I like to collect precious metal items and devices. That's right. Oh, it's fun. But you know what? With gold, when you do collect gold items, such as bars, rounds, or coins, you might buy them because you like the design on them or how they look. But you also, the vast majority of the money you spend for a gold collectible coin is towards the intrinsic value of the coin or bar or round that you buy because of the gold content. The vast majority of the value is zapped up in the value of the spot price of gold at the time of purchase. And this particular coin I bought when it was before the prices kind of really jumped up a bit. And so I felt like I'd feel pretty good about this purchase. Now, obviously, if the prices were to drop $100 or $150, well, I wouldn't feel quite as good about it. But you know what? That's the way the market works. The market sometimes can move in the opposite direction at the time of your purchase. We know that as Salivate's law. Other people refer to it as Murphy's law, but I like to call it Salivate's law. It seems to happen almost every time I make a purchase, and the prices go down. But nonetheless, all kidding aside, we know that in the long run, we are protected by the intrinsic value contained in the precious metal. That's gold. And so in this case, we're going to continue to stack and as a wealth preservation goal. Now, the other thing is about getting a step closer as far as wealth preservation. It would be the one way we could get one step closer. We're also closer in terms of meeting our collecting goals. And one goal I had for this year was to get all 4 versions of the Eagle gold and silver coins, the Type 1 and Type 2. I have one 2021 Silver Eagle Type 1, and now I have one 2021 Gold Eagle Type 1 in a 1 ounce size. And that's what I'm trying to do this year, is mostly buy 1 ounce versions of these of gold products out there. And this is that other example. And I'm looking forward to completing the collection for 2021 by getting the Type 2 Gold Eagle and Type 2 Silver Eagles. It'll be very interesting to see what those security features look like. And it'll be very interesting to see how the design looks for the reverse. And that is one of the major motivators for buying gold and silver these days is for the collector aspect of it. It's neat to have little sets, little mini collections, so to speak. And I think this will make for a quite nice little set to have Type 1 and Type 2 of the gold eagles and silver eagles. The last year of the one design and the first year of the next design. Kind of like the peace dollars and the Morgan dollars in 1921. Of course, now they're going to be releasing those here in 2021 as well. That'll be a nice little collection to have. Now, those will obviously be silver, but nonetheless, it is kind of a neat way to collect. Collecting last year, first year, or from one year to the next, I think is a neat way to do it and be able to wrap up a nice little set. And for those of you who are collectors out there, that's a way to be able to do it. Now, when you do buy gold, you are a step closer to realizing your independence, in a sense, from the financial institutions and the banking system and the government. When you hold something that has literally transcended all currencies and fiat designations for millennia, you are declaring your independence. You're a step closer to increasing your wealth in that aspect. And even though it is a wealth preservation tool, you are increasing your wealth outside of the system. And to me, that's important when you take into account how this monetary system has really been in decline, noticeable and by design since 1913, since the Federal Reserve Act was made public or enacted or became law. This is a way to protect ourselves from that system. And so there it is. Fascinating indeed. But gold is certainly a way to be able to show, and a powerful way to preserve your wealth, and a powerful way with such beauty and design aspects as we see here with this Gold Eagle coin. I've not been the biggest fan of the Gold Eagle coins, mainly because I always felt that the reverse really didn't match up with the obverse, and I kind of liked more pure gold coins, but I've learned to kind of like this Type 1 design. Maybe it's something about it that it's nostalgic, knowing it's not going to be around much longer. But nonetheless, I still don't think it matches very well with the obverse side. And I think a much better design to be chosen would have been the original eagle flying westward, facing left on the coin. It would have been a much better, I think, representation and an homage to the original St. Gaudens design, with the rays coming out from underneath of the sun. And just as it is on the obverse, that continuity on the reverse would have been much more preferred in my view. But nonetheless, we are one step closer with every bit of gold we buy, whether it be an ounce or less. It's really what it's about. Gold is pricey these days. It's not easy. And for those who are silver stackers out there, it's understandable why you may just want to give up on gold because of the cost of it. But things can move a certain different direction, and there are ways to be able to buy gold on a budget. And I've posted a video talking about that with fractional and certain fractional gold pieces that you can buy for not a whole lot over spot. Even these days, believe it or not, with high premiums on such products. Gold Eagles have some of the highest premiums for a bullion coin out there, and so it is understandable why you would choose other options, especially. But knowing where we're going and the price of gold these days, and what my collector goals are for this year, as well as stacking goals, I went ahead and pulled the trigger on this one from my local coin shop. And I'm kind of scared to see where gold prices are going to go this year, based off of my and other predictions, in order to get the 2021 Type 2 Gold Eagle. But we shall see. Regardless, I'm one step closer to that goal as a collector, and I'm one step closer to that goal as a stacker. Let me know what your thoughts are. Do you have any goals, both collector or stack-wise, for gold this year? How close are you? What kind of steps are you taking to preserve your wealth? Let me know in the comment section below. Would like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for taking the time to watch, and encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.